All right. We're going to go ahead and give this one, 240304, a second try. It is a tier 5. It is trickier than it looks. I left this up just because I like this quote. The best engineers aren't the smartest, they're the ones who've practiced the most. There's definitely an element to just doing it, doing it, doing it. All right. So I'm going to be honest that I found this drawing challenging to work with. I did make my own version of this drawing, so I made more cross sections, used a half section here. I found this helpful and helpful enough that I'm considering making a video about creating a drawing in Creo. I really love their show model annotations. I know Onshape has decided not to make that an option, reusing dimensions directly from the part. I really wish they would, but I found this one a little bit challenging to read. I kind of built my own, so there might be another video coming going over Creo drawing creation tools. Okay. Anyway, we are in millimeters and we are going to give this a shot. So here we go. Here's our drawing. We're going to work from the one. I'm really just going to have two sketches. Definitely going to take advantage of sketch regions. So one sketch will be from the right side and then one sketch will be from the front. So we'll start with this right side sketch. And the right side sketch has, I can start with the circle right in the middle. This circle has a diameter of 35. And I've got another one up here above it. And that has a diameter of 14. I'm pretty sure. Right here is where we see it on the side view, which again is a hidden line. It's not in the view I'm looking for it. I'd like that to be shown a little bit clearer. It's also a little challenging to understand exactly who gets the 90 and who gets the 92. So let's see if we can zoom in here. No, we don't. Let's try open a new window. There we go. So the 90 is shown going to, yeah, that's not working either. All right. The 92 is going to the center of the holes, the viewable from the right-hand side, and the 90 goes to the holes that are viewable from the front. It is a little challenging to really make that clear, but let's move that to the side for now. And all right, so I'm gonna make this, actually, let's do it the right way. Let's go ahead and grab this and mirror it. And we'll add the dimension from point to point. I'm going to set that to 90. Okay, so that's the inside holes. That's actually going to be one of the last features we create. And we'll go ahead and add, I'm going to do these radiuses as circles for now. Okay, so this is going to be this outside radius of 38. So we're going to change that from diameter to radius. And then this one up here is going to be, it's 25. There it is down here, the radius of 25. Okay. And I can use my line tangent tool. There we go, to add a tangent line here and here. Okay. I am going to clean this up. And maybe I should have done that before I added all those holes. Actually, that looks okay. That looked like a beautiful avocado. If I ever need to model an avocado, that's what I'm going to do. All right, so we're going to select some geometry here. You know what? I wonder if I hold down Shift. Oh, I was hoping it would give me the whole loop. All right. Arc. So I'm holding down Control. Again, if I had done this before I added the holes, I'd be able to drag a select box. Okay. So if I were going to extrude this, that would be a great extrude, but I want to have all of my geometry in this one sketch. So I'm also going to add the radius of 18 and get the slot. So let's grab a racetrack and I'm going to drag using my right mouse this up to the top point here. Okay. And then make this bigger than that center hole. We'll go like that. Okay, so let's not use this dimension, and we're not going to use this dimension. Instead, we will add the radius of 18, and instead of the length, we're going to make the bottom center hole and the center point at the bottom of the arc coincident. Okay, so that's my full side view. And you know what? Let's go ahead and get that. Nope. Yep. Yeah. So we're going to use sketch regions. And we're going to start by extruding kind of everything. Let's get everything. We're going to extrude the whole thing symmetric with a 50 plus 15 plus 15. So that comes from the top view. We have an overall width of 80. Then, again with sketch region, we're going to click this outer shape and extrude that. Removing material, again, it's symmetric with a width of 50. We'll get the holes afterwards because we got some stuff kind of sticking out. So we'll come back to the holes. Hide those points. All right. So let's flip perspective onto the front and let's create a sketch here. And we're going to have 2 circles in the center, 2 circles above it. And then once I've got those on the top, I'll mirror them. Okay, so in the center, I've got a through hole of 40, and then this outer counter bore kind of lip. We can set that to 52. We'll set this one to 40. And then this is the 90. The other one was the 92. This one's the 90. So we can say that's 45. With the center hole being 12. Again, that is shown here in the side view. I don't love that. But this one's 12. And then the little lip around the outside of that is 19. Okay. And then we'll go ahead and select those to mirror, and that should be good. If I want to, I could grab the 90, but the 45 will have to be deleted if we're going to leave it as mirrored. All right. So I found the best way to do this, again, sketch regions. Let's see here. There we go. A quick right click will cycle down because I can't see it. Okay, so I'm going to extrude that out. This one's going to add material. It's going to be symmetric, and the overall width here is 52. So that looks good. Okay. Then if I go back to my front view, and I'm looking for the hole, let's see here, right there. Again, a right click will kind of do a quick cycle. And then I'm going to hold down Control and get the other one. We'll extrude those. Those are also going to add material, but those are only going to be one-sided, right? You can see it in the section view that it doesn't go out the back. The depth of those is 22, which is shown in this side view at the top. So those are just going to come forward with that depth of 22. Okay. We can take the center hole, extrude that one. That one's going to be removing material. And if I right click on that drag handle, we get the two-side through all. Hey, Creo, if you're listening, I would love that two-side through all to be available more than just from the right mouse button click. Okay, grab the inside holes, extrude both of them out, removing material. They're going to go to next. But those are only going in one direction, not out the back. All right. Now we're all set to jump in from the right side view. So I can, let's see here. Let's pick this one and this one and this one. Extrude those. Those are going to go, oh, let's edit definition on that thing. Removing material, and again, right click on the drag handle. Does that way too often to me. Two-side through all. All right, so the last thing to do is the counter bore, the little pockets. So we'll just do that as an extrude on the right face, and we'll add a circle here with a diameter of 40. Same thing here. And we'll flip that the other direction. Right click, remove material, set the depth for that to be 7. That 7 shows up over here in the front view. So there is our counterboard cut. That thing we can mirror. And let's take a swing through this. All right, so we've got our front view and our back view, right? Everything looks okay, so let's see how we did. And let's try 2, 4, 8, 1. Ooh, not right. Okay. So everything looks okay. One of my tips for checking some stuff like this, right? Sometimes what I'll do is I'll click like the top view and change this from shaded to hidden line. So I can kind of compare. Yeah, something's a little different, I think. If I look at the top view here, actually, let's bring that window. This looks a little sharper. So I'm wondering if I've got something going on with those holes that I should take a look at. Otherwise, a lot of that geometry looks good. I'm going to take a look at those holes again. Let's try the front view. This hole here, I'm a little, I don't know if concerned, well, it's interesting. That it feels like it's showing the sketch in my hidden line view. Yep, that's what was going on there. All right, the holes are centered on these holes. So maybe I used the 90 and the 92 and I didn't get both, or maybe I only used 90 and I didn't get the 92. So the 90 is the one going to these holes. 92 should be out here. So let's see if that's our issue. That's going to be extrude 1, or pardon me, sketch 1. All right, let's edit definition on that. Yep, that's it. This is supposed to be 92, not 90. Wow, what a difference that made. All right, let's hide this. Phew. There we go. So a couple of things happening here. I definitely took advantage of sketch region. There's a lot of extrudes in this one. It'd be a really good idea to go in and give these some meaningful names. I also found, I've done this more than once, that adding these bump outs, to do that, it is definitely helpful to make these side cuts last. Right, so whenever we're going to have something that goes all the way through, and there's other things kind of coming out, making these side cuts go all the way through is helpful to do that last. Use the quick right click to find stuff. But yeah, I'm expecting to show how to turn this particular part into a drawing at some point in the near future. All right. Hope that helps. Take care. See you soon.